It's just like if you have ever driven a car without power steering, you would know this, that it's very hard to turn a car that is not moving. It is a
Yeah.
lot easier to turn a car that is moving. So go out and build something.
All right, so we have here Mr. Sam Kamani in the Leadership Stack podcast. Sam, thank you for joining us. It is a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, Sam, you are the CEO and co-founder of Product Done. Can you tell us a little bit more about that company? What do you do?
Yes, sure, Sean. At Product Done, we build software for really early stage startups or entrepreneurs and founders. A lot of the founders who come to us are non-tech founders, and they have like an amazing idea or like a really good idea about, like, say, like a SaaS product or a mobile app, and yep, we just help them bring their idea to life.
So, you guys do coding, you develop their ideas, and just to give us a little bit more idea about how much that would cost. So, we have a lot of people who have ideas here in the Philippines. We have a lot of people also tuning in from abroad, from Dubai, from the US. We have some people tuning in from Singapore. How much do you charge for, let's say, a simple software as a service product, or for a company who wants to digitalize their inventory ERP?
It's a very good question. Now it depends on, it's just like asking how much does a house cost, and it
Mhm.
would depend on lots of factors. However, I can give you like a really rough sort of a ballpark figure in, say, US dollars, and it would be, we have built software anything from 5,000 US dollars to, say, 30,000 max. So that's what most of the apps or the SaaS products range in that we build. However, we have even helped some entrepreneurs build, say, like a very small proof of concept or a very small, like a clickable prototype that they can go to their investor and get funding and go from there. So we have
Mhm.
people in all sorts of stages and all sorts of budgets. Yeah.
Got it. Awesome. And how long has Product Done been doing this? How long have you been running it?
I've been running this for last year and a half, but before this, I've had like two other exits in few different
Mhm.
areas, and so yeah.
So let's talk about your exits. You mentioned two exits. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? You're 39 years old. You already have two exits under your belt. That's very, very, very impressive. So tell us about the exits you've done. What's the first company? What's the second company? And if you have more companies, please let us know. We'd be so interested in what happened there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so the first company I pretty much joined in 2007, and it was in herbal supplements or nutraceuticals, or very similar to like a pharmaceutical product. And when I joined, it was, everything was sold offline via catalogs and via call center and in offline channels. Where I came in with was with my expertise with e-commerce and digital marketing and growth hacking, and I managed to grow that company like fivefold, or like nearly 500% in few years. So that gave me an opportunity to buy in the company, and I was always like as a part of their succession planning. So that's how I managed to get in and own a part of that company, and had that exit in towards the end of 2015. After that, I took a bit of sabbatical, did few other things, tried few other things, and then I found this opportunity with a software company that made esports tournament software. And so yeah, I joined that as, once again, head of growth, to grow to grow that company, and I grew that from 60,000 monthly users to 300,000 monthly users in a period of 8 months. And with my contributions in that, I managed to become a chief operating officer or CEO of that company. And yep, so that got acquired towards the middle of 2018. After that, I thought, okay, I've got 2 exits. I've done the startups. I've managed to do it. So why not go out and help other entrepreneurs achieve the same and get similar results? So that's why I set up Product Done with one of my friends here who owned an agency for last 10 years. So we set up this. His agency was helping predominantly corporates. So I thought, can we improve our processes and make them really, really fast and a lot cheaper, not the corporate pricing of hundreds of thousands of dollars, that any entrepreneur, any founder can, give their idea a go,
Yeah.
give it a try and learn from it and go from it.
That's awesome. Super. That's a very noble thing for you to do. So I'm curious, from a pharma background, selling pharma nutritional companies, and I know that you did digital marketing for them. I know you did your expertise for them, so you weren't selling or formulating the products, but you did the marketing for them. But from that kind of industry, jumping to an esports industry, what happened in between? Why did you suddenly jump towards and say, esports probably the next best thing after pharma?
Yes, that is a very, very good question. So there are few things that, yes, that I did get a lot of success in the pharma sort of space. However, it is a very, very tough space to operate in. Probably not right now, but back then there's just like so much regulation. And one thing that I found is that every time, we started in New Zealand, and I took it to Australia and US and just a couple of the Asian countries like Taiwan and Hong Kong, or Asian markets, sorry, not countries as such. Um, However, it's like every market has their own regulation, and it can take even up to 2 years. Also, as soon as I was dealing in physical products, we had to worry about expiry dates and the size of the manufacturing and supply issues and
Right.
all sorts of other things, that it becomes extremely hard to scale.
Mhm.
And I love scaling companies, I love scaling products. So I was just itching to get back into tech. By training, I'm a developer and a marketer, so I have a degree in computer science and all that, and so I was just itching to go back into
Yeah.
a tech product that I can scale easily. You have
Mhm.
we ran a tournament, and we got some influencers like UFC stars and all sorts of like rappers, and we got over like 2 million views for our esport or a PUBG tournament, where we gave
Wow.
out gold chickens, like real gold chicken, because winner winner chicken dinner. So we could do some really interesting things, and people from all around the world can tune in on Twitch or YouTube or Facebook
Yeah.
Live or wherever you might be. And scaling is so easy, going from 1,000 users to 2 million doesn't, or
It's
viewers,
huge.
doesn't take that long. Whereas in a physical pharmaceutical type product, it would take years and years and years
Yeah.
to achieve
Yeah.
that. So yeah, scaling was the main reason why I
Got
went
it.
back into tech.
Got it. And when this happened, so when you exited the pharma industry, you mentioned that you were hired and you were always part of the succession planning. I'm curious, when you guys exited, did all of you exit? Like all of the shareholders, did all of you exit?
There was only one other shareholder besides me, so there's only two two shareholders in that,
Got it.
two directors. So yeah.
And did both of you go out?
Yeah, we both of us exited at
Got
the
it.
at the same time. So yeah, I mean, it is absolutely vital to have the agreement of your co-founder or the person you're running your business with. In pretty much everything you do, you need to have the same vision. Otherwise, it's very hard to go anywhere.
Yeah. And it's very interesting because not a lot of companies who would acquire another company would allow like everyone in the board to exit or everyone in the operations to exit, right? So that's actually a very good thing that you both got out at the same time.
Yes, yes. I mean, the thing is that financially, we could have done a lot better if we stayed in and
Yep.
for a couple of years. But having spent quite a few years in that industry,
Yeah.
both of us were quite so.
Yeah.
So my previous co-founder from that company, she's went on and written like 6 books now, 6 fiction books
Wow.
now, and so she always wanted to go back and become an author and write books like fiction books.
Yeah. That's
So
awesome.
she's very satisfied with her life. So that's what she wanted to do, and I wanted to go back into tech. So that's why
Yeah.
we took a lower valuation for it, and because we wanted to go and do something that we really enjoy and that we
Yeah.
really love,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So yeah.
That makes sense. Let's talk about your book. You are also an author. Did your co-founder inspire you to write a book?
The previous co-founder, in a
Yeah.
way, yes, because the previous co-founder from the pharmaceutical or the nutraceutical company, she
Mhm.
is probably now in her early 70s,
Oh
and she
wow.
has never stopped learning, and she has like this amazing discipline. Every day she wakes up like really early, 5 o'clock, and exercises and eats right and writes her book. So each of her book is like 90 to 100,000 words, and she's written like
Wow.
6 books in 3 years or four
That's a lot
years.
of words.
So yes, and it's fiction.
Yeah.
So she has got this amazing discipline, and so we needed that discipline as well. So yeah, so I mean, she did inspire, and also like I did want to write. I have all these stories from all the businesses that I've done, and so I wanted to
Yeah.
share about how to yeah, how to grow and scale your startup, how to scale your business. So yeah.
So,
Yeah, regarding my book, it's called the 30-day startup.
mhm,
It's called the 30-day startup. You can look for it on Amazon,
mhm.
and yeah.
If there's one thing you want people to get out of the book, what will it be?
Pretty much the title gives it away.
Mhm.
It is called 30-day startup is because it is a it is the methodology of developing a minimum viable product really fast and promoting it really fast. If you've got an idea, don't sit on it for years and years. Go out and do it. It's just like if you have ever driven a car without power steering, you would know this, that it's very hard to turn a car that is not moving. It is a
Yeah.
lot easier to turn a car that is moving. So go out and build something. Don't wait for it, and build it fast. You are not a corporate. The main advantage that a startup has is speed, its agility
Yeah.
over a large corporate who would take months and years for planning and so many people agreeing. You're
Mhm.
a founder or have a co-founder, just 2 or 3 of you, just go and build it and start promoting, get real feedback.
Awesome.
So yeah.
That's awesome. So I do workshops for the Lean Startup here, based on the Lean Startup here in the Philippines, and this book sounds a lot like it was influenced by Eric Rice himself.
Absolutely, I love that book. Yeah, absolutely.
The Lean
I've
Startup,
read that.
super
Yeah,
good
I've
book.
read that like 2 3 times. So yes, so it is very much like quite a few of the things.
Yeah.
However, what I've done in this is that I have added, like, the first part is on all the companies that did it in first, like in just few weeks, built
Yeah.
their MVP in few weeks and released
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Companies like Dropbox and Airbnb and
Yeah.
all sorts of successful companies. The
The
second
new
part,
ones.
yeah, the second part is a lot on from my own experiences, where I'm sharing about how I managed to grow or acquire users or customers when I didn't have much money,
Hmm.
or and doesn't matter what business you do, resources would always be limited, because if you have more resources, you still want to achieve more. So how to get the most out of your marketing budget. Or so they're the practical sort of steps and hints on how I use influences or whatever tactic I did at that time. So yeah, so that's the second part about.
That's awesome. I'm so excited to get that book here. If you didn't know, guys, we're trading books. I'm gonna be sending Sam my book, CEO at 22, and he's gonna be sending me a copy of his 30-day startup.
Yes, as soon as this lockdown is finished in New Zealand, I'll send you a copy.
Awesome. And if you guys want a copy, please let us know. You probably have a Kindle copy of that, right? An EPUB or PDF
Yes,
in
yes, yes. So
Amazon.
Kindle, I often make it free every now and then whenever Amazon allows me to. So do check it out. It might be for free.
Awesome. Awesome. So watch out for that, guys. So you're doing so many things, and I've read that you are also a part-time artist. Now I want to know a little bit more about that. What do you do as an artist?
So as an artist, I do a bit of oil painting. I will send you a link to some of my oil paintings, and you'll be able to have a look at them. But I've been super busy with Product Done, and I've got a sort of a side project on a fintech product. So I haven't got any time in the last year and a half. I haven't done, or at least a year, I haven't done any painting. But pretty much in my life, every time I'm in between companies, I've done painting. So after my first exit, I did quite a few oil paintings and stuff, and then once again after my second exit I did it again. So so who knows, maybe after my third exit I'll get back into it.
Yeah. And you mentioned that you go to an exhibits. You place it in exhibits. Is that right?
No, I
Your
haven't done
painting.
that so
Oh,
far
okay.
yet. I just
Got
put
it.
them in my office and stuff.
Got it. So it's your personal artwork and your personal collection,
Yes, personal collection
which
and
someday
my
would sell for millions.
not sure about that. The art is going to be dead for that.
But that's awesome. That's super awesome.